everybody, this is Rose of Sharon, and I'm back again with another book review. I just recently read Healing the Soul of a Woman by Joyce Meyer. And of course, this is her most recent book. It's funny because yesterday, my friend and I went over to Barnes & Noble, and I saw that it was in the Christian section. I thought, I just picked this up from the library, and that's always what happens. But it's an extremely meaningful book because it talks about how beauty can come from the ashes, which is, of course, scriptural. I can't remember what scripture it is, but she quotes it, and she uses a lot of examples, and she even includes a chapter about choosing the pain-free path, which she doesn't recommend it because it will only land you in a place worse off than where you were. You can take the narrow gate or the broad path, and being a Christian means that oftentimes we have to take the narrow gate, and all in all, that's what makes the difference. It's just like Robert Frost's poem, "Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the road less traveled by." And I've always liked that poem. It's one that always stuck in my mind. I know it's more about mortality and the end of this man's life, the poet who's writing it, but still, the line that is the crux and what really sticks in my head is that has made all the difference, and that's true. And I look back on a lot of the events that have shaped me as a young woman, and even turning 39, and I thought, what's that supposed to look like? I don't even feel like I'm 39. It's just, I think it's all relative. I think it's a concept, and a lot of people think, oh, well, you should do A, B, and C to be considered whole. Not necessarily. The pursuit of happiness is all based on the perspective of the individual. Individually, we all have the opportunity to make the decision based on our free will what that picture looks like. And mine might be different from yours. Of course, yes, I do wish to have a family, and I know it will happen in all due time. I just have to believe, and I have to trust in God. It's just not happening when I want it to. It's all due to what God feels is right for me. And of course, sometimes I don't understand His ways, but of course there's a scripture in the Old Testament that says, "My ways are not your ways, nor my thoughts your thoughts." But it is true. He is the one that created us with the ability to think and to understand. The book is excellent. The book is absolutely wonderful and inspirational. It's very short, unfortunately, and I'm glad I had a chance to read it because I really love Joyce's books, and of course it has a bibliography of every book that she's written. This is about overcoming emotional wounds, and first edition was written in September of this year, and she has some excellent references about a lot of the victories that women have just recently gained, and of course talks about pay inequality and the pay gap and the appendix. Appendix number 1, property right, equation, gender side, genital mutilation. Yeah, that's rough. And of course talks about violence and abuse and incest. And I already know it's incest itself is actually more common amongst members of the immediate family, which you wouldn't think that would happen, but it's more common than not. It's very sad. And she doesn't sugarcoat her past and going through sexual abuse, but she's sequestering herself. And I know a little bit about this. I haven't done it myself because after my dad died, I I didn't want to be around anybody. I thought that my life was over. I thought that any use that I had was, it was all encapsulated within being a caregiver for my dad. And then I realized no. And Joyce, she speaks of this, that it's her experience is entirely different. Everybody's experience is unique, dependent upon who they are and their personality. And I think that's what makes life so rich and diverse and actually an adventure. And reading the book really, really helped me. And I think it can help other women who, I don't have any real issues except for the whole, why is God not answering this particular plea? But I feel that He will. I just have to be patient. I have to continue to be patient. I have to continue following the path, even though the path may not be easy. I recently, I actually started in October, I began going back to school through an online university, Colorado Tech, and I am earning a master's degree. Right now, I am maintaining a rather good grade point average, and I pray I can keep it there, because not all of the subject matter is easy. Some of it I don't even know, and I have to learn step by step, just like any beginner would in the field. But hopefully I will come to a mastery as soon as I get my degree. And this actually has been fraught with some issues concerning my FAFSA and apparently with my transcripts. But I sent in my transcripts and I got an email saying, well, we didn't receive it. And what's going on, I don't know. But it's just technology, and hopefully I can talk to either one of my advisors, whether it be, excuse me, this is late and I have to go to bed, but either I can talk to my financial advisor, or I can talk to my main advisor, my student advisor. Either one would be extremely helpful. But eventually I'll be able to pay, well, not pay, but get my loan and have Home Depot give me the rest of the help. But anyway, I'm getting kind of off track. The book is absolutely sensational. If you're a fan of Joyce's work, then by all means pick it up and read it. It's well worth a read. It's it's encouraging, it's inspiring, and you look at a woman like her, you don't even expect a woman like her has been through such abhorrent things that her own father did, and I thought, oh my gosh, that's abominable that he would have done that to her, and then had the audacity to say, I know what I did was wrong and it hurt you. What the heck? But anyway, if you read the book, you'll see, and she actually gets the courage and the kindness and the wherewithal to forgive him, which I think would take a lot of spine. Really, that takes a lot of pluck and determination. Well, not really determination, but agape. Agape is the right word. It's just complete, unconditional, no strings attached love from a God-centered view. I can't really say that much else about the book other than it's for anybody who has suffered with grief, suffered with hurt, abuse of any kind, rejection, self-sabotage, depression. It covers a multitude, a variety of different topics that I think all women can relate to. And it's absolutely sensational, and I highly recommend it. I'm glad I had a chance to finally finish it. But that's all I have to say for now. Till next time, live long, prosper. Ciao, tutti.